Peace be with you. Welcome to Healing Life with Positivity 24/7, 365, 365, 24/7. If this is the first time that you're coming across the platform, welcome, welcome, welcome. Congratulations for following your instincts and your intuition. I do not believe in coincidences. I know that's a lot coming out of the gate at our first introduction, if you will. But I don't believe in coincidences. I think that everything happens for a reason, be that good, bad, or indifferent. It's all good, right? Nevertheless, I welcome you. I hope that you stay a while. I hope that you interact. I hope that you share your experiences. And I hope that you continue to heal with us 24/7, 365. We are healed, right? It's one thing about healing with positivity. And then there's another thing about being healed, right? Past tense, right? So we'll get more into that as we, go more into these intuitive downloads by way of what we feel our inner child, our current self, and or our elder self is guiding us to do. I just heard, I want to live. Ooh, it's a decision, right, that we make. Now, if you're returning back to the channel, then you know the previous videos have been quite honest, very transparent for me. Very revealing, very connecting, if you will, feeling more like I want to be hands-on with my Soul Tribe family. And so I do see some good things coming for us by way of having real, I was going to say communicative or conversations rather, where we can just really kind of touch and agree and keep it real, right? Keep it a buck. So I heard, I want to live. I want to live. It's a decision, right? It's a decision. After all that has happened, after all that is happening, what is it that we now are conceiving our lives to be? What is it that you want to happen, right? These are great questions, in my opinion, to do in the mirror, right? Daily, looking yourself in the eye and say, what is it that you want to happen today, right? And then going about that energy and moving in that spirit of what is it that I want for this day? It's a new day, right? Yesterday is gone. It can't come back. The only way that I can bring back yesterday is by way of my memory. And how I remember yesterday has a lot to do with my current energy, right? It can make me, it can break me. These are choices. These are decisions that I have to consciously make, not unconsciously, as to what I allow to be a part of my now moment and how I feel about it, right? Oftentimes we think about memories, but I think it's very important to remember feelings, right? And emotions, how you feel about that, right? But asking yourself those questions, right? Being your own superhero, super shero. Yeah, you're the one that the Most High sent, and so you're gonna have to save yourself from a lot of things that you need to be saved from. Some of them are just what I'd like to consider long overdue. Okay, so that's just kind of fresh off my spirit. We're going to get into the Namaste Stress Less cards. It says the power of touch. Ooh, the power of touch. I went into this a little bit in a previous video talking about the power of touch. Mostly for those of you that have been violated in childhood, or for those of us that were violated in childhood, be that by, sexual molestation or the lack of nurturing, right? Some of us had parents that were very detached. They showed us that they loved us, and that was by way of getting up, going to work, but maybe they didn't reach over and hug you. Maybe they weren't so, mushy with you, okay, if you will. Whatever the case, the power of touch is very vital because that's what we're here to do. And I remember when I went through very traumatic moments by way of feeling abandoned, right? By people that I thought would be there for me in moments that I really needed, like a touch, a hug, a kind word. There were moments where I had to learn to wrap my arms around myself. And I still do that from time to time, just to let myself know that I am here. I'm here for you. You are my number one lady. And we're doing a really good job. Look at us. We decided to live after all of that, right? Whatever that is. And now I see all of that is all good. It's all good, right? So the power of touch. Okay, for those of you that are taking a vow of celibacy, okay, this could mean a power of touch by way of intimacy, allowing somebody to see into you. Oftentimes we see touch as something that is literal, right? Like, look, I'm touching my hands, I'm touching myself, I'm wrapping my arms around myself, and I'm letting myself know that I'm present. But energetically, the power of touch, right? Yeah. Energy is real. It doesn't die. It absolutely does not die. And touching by way of energy is a very powerful way to touch somebody, right? It's like if somebody's 1,000 miles away and they're like, well, I need you to pray for me. What they're really saying is, help me pray for myself, right? You should never be praying for somebody more than they are praying for themselves, because the spirit in the body has to be willing, right? That spirit in that body is not willing. And hey, listen, it just means that you have to have that will, right? I want to live, right? Deciding, hey, you know what? I want to live. I'm going to get up. I want to live. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does that smell like? What am I doing today to accomplish this? I want to live type of an energy. Even if that's just getting up and rolling over, taking a bath, a shower, those are great accomplishments. They really are. Because there's somebody somewhere, unfortunately, that can't do that. Okay. So nevertheless, power of touch. And also, you know what? Before I'm on a tangent right now, but it's a good one. It feels good. It feels like a good tangent, at least for me. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel and what your feedback is. I'm open to good conversation. But I think about where it says in the scriptures, lay hands suddenly on no man, right? So touch, because we understand energy, we understand the transfer of energy. It is a very important thing to be mindful of who you allow to touch you, who you lay hands on, understanding that that in itself is a sacred act. It's not something that needs to be taken lightly and or for granted, that somebody's allowing you to touch them or hug them or kiss them, or, even when it comes to our children, I teach my children, listen, if you don't want to hug somebody, I'm not going to make you. I remember being a child and, people would say, give your auntie a hug. But auntie had some bad juju and auntie wasn't in a good energy at that time, so I didn't want to hug her. So it's like you really need to make sure that you raise your children, unlearning those bad habits of, yeah, hug your auntie, hug your uncle, hug it. No, a child's spirit is very innocent. They understand energy probably better than we do, in the sense that they can feel energy. So if they don't want to do something, don't make them. The thing about children, this is something that I had to understand and unlearn by way of my childhood, was that a spirit knows what it comes here to do. All you have to do is guide that spirit, guide that child. That child's talents and gifts are already in them. Not to be controlled, but to guide them and create a healthy boundary by way of discipline. Remember, if you raise this child properly by way of intuitively what you feel they are here to do in the world, this will be the person that will help you later when you're 100+ years old. Okay. It's an investment. It's equal give and take, right? Okay. So the power of touch, let's just read the card. It says, touch is a primal desire, a desire for connection. Touch allows us to feel connected to others. The more you are able to physically touch people you love, the more you feel connected to this world. Hold someone's hand, rub their back, put their arm around them, and hug them. This act of physical touch reminds us that we are not alone. If we cannot be physical in our touch, then of course we can use our words to gently touch others. Warm words and words of, I was going to say, oh, that's a lot of W's. Warm words and words of encouragement allow us to touch other people with speech. Positive words help reduce stress, just like loving physical touch. Okay, that's powerful, y'all, because I remember when I lost my baby. Okay, I don't know if I shared this story, but I got to 9 months. And this was about maybe 15 years ago. I got to 9 months, y'all. And in the process, I still needed to give birth to a baby that I already knew didn't have a heartbeat. Let's just start there, right? So the labor pains, the contractions, the whole experience by way of touch. Do you know that my body lost touch? Like literally, I could be scratching myself and I couldn't feel. Or people would reach to touch me and I'd be like, no, including my children. I didn't want to be touched, right? Even the nurses that knew that I had to give birth to this child that had passed on, they wanted to touch me. And I was like, no, don't touch me. My own mother was there. I said, no, don't touch me. My sister, I said, don't touch me. It's a powerful thing when I think about that trauma, right? Today I can speak about it. I can extract what the lesson was. I got the lesson behind the experience, the person that I co-created the child with, and the child being set free by way of coming to teach me a lesson and then going about its spirit's journey. That's how I see that experience, right? So the power of touch is very important. But I had isolated myself so much. I didn't want nobody to touch me. I didn't want nobody to, because I felt, how did I feel? I felt disconnected. I felt unalived, right? At that time. I wanted to follow this child to wherever it went. So then what does that mean? You stop living. And one day I woke up and said, I want to live. I went crazy a little bit, right? Found all the baby stuff and tore it up. And when I said, I need to get some help. First time in my life that I felt I needed to go get help. And I come across this therapist in San Bernardino, California. One of the oldest therapists ever. And there was a lot of other things surrounding the death of the child. Obviously, I'm going to have to put that in a book. But as far as it relates to me, remembering me, that was the first time that I trusted anybody to touch me. Not physically, but spiritually, mentally, psychologically. So many times do we associate touch with actual touch. Remember, touch. And then I started to feel. It took me a whole year to cry about it. Ooh, I started to feel again. I started to realize, oh, shoot, I gotta live. I'm still here. The sun keeps coming up. Okay. And I have other children that I need to tend to. I had one son at the time. So touch. I allow somebody to touch me energetically, spiritually, emotionally, which was like a huge deal because I was I'm still the same way I kind of was then. Very strong-willed, like I got it. I don't need nobody's help. Da 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 da. And then I started saying, no, I need help. I started accepting help. I started to connect with people in a way that I was touching their lives and they were touching my lives. And some of those people that were in this therapy group, because I had independent therapy with the therapist one-on-one, and then I had a group. I was in a group with people that had lost loved ones, right? Some of them lost parents, some of them lost children. And so I ended up being more of service as I was healing, right? Which really aligned me with my purpose. I'm like, here I am. I lost a child. I'm traumatized. I'm really going through it. But I'm reaching over to this lady who lost her son who she knew for 20 years, right? My son never took a breath outside of my womb. I never saw him open his eyes. But here's somebody that got to live with their child for 20 years. They had 20 years of experiences and memories and memorabilia and pictures. And I was like, and here I am reaching over to her and she's allowing me to touch her. And I learned to ask permission. Is it okay that I touch you? And I held her and she cried and she wept. And, you know, it made me feel, not that my story was any less, but it made me more compassionate for somebody that actually had a child that they got to encounter and live with and have a life with in real life, right? I had 9 months, but I never heard my child cry. There were certain things, right? So Being of service in a very traumatic moment for me helped me to heal. And then I watched somebody else benefit from it. And then she was able to do that for somebody else and somebody else. And so then that kindness of energetically touching somebody's soul, physically, mentally, spiritually, allowing people into that space, right? That's a very vulnerable space. It then became contagious, right? So now I'm like, okay, I want to live. What does that look like? And I started to appreciate the son that I had. I started to do more with him. Every day was important. Like I wanted to feel the sun on my face. I could feel the sun on my face. It felt different now that I had gone through this experience. Ooh, come on in. I just let y'all in, honey. Vulnerability. Let's be transparent because my life is a story that deserves to be told, and so is yours. But listen, this says make time for a vacation. This is absolutely for me. I just got information to apply for my passport, and I know I'm probably late, but I feel like I'm on time. A lot of people are like, you don't have your passport? Did I not just say I ain't got my passport? I'm getting my passport, okay? Nevertheless, make time for the vacation, even if it's just in your mind. Go on a vacation. Where have you been wanting to visit? What inspirational places have you seen in photographs? Go there in your mind and imagine what it would be like to be there. Let your senses make the experience as real as possible. Do this for 8 minutes. Travel, even imaginary travel, reduces the feeling of being stressed. So go on a vacation as often as you need to. It costs you absolutely nothing. This is like that's like mind control, like controlling your mind, imagining faculty. What is it that you see? Something about imagery, seeing it down to the very detail absolutely does help it manifest in reality. Not only that, it does release endorphins in your mind as if it has already happened. The mind is a very powerful place. Listen, careful what you think from your head down to your feet. And once you're careful about what you think, you will be careful about what you speak. Your mind is your heart and your heart is your mind. Practice gratitude. Yeah, listen, a little bit more about that vacation. I do this all the time, y'all. Like I travel to places that I really honestly feel like I've already been. Yeah, when I get into my meditation, I really go deep there. I do. I spend a lot of time in the cosmos. Let me just be honest. Okay, by way of these high vibrational beings that just pull me to different planets. And when I do my readings and I get those downloads, they're real downloads. They're real things. The biggest misconception about alternate realities and or the cosmos is that they're working against us, and they're not. The battle is really not that big. Every single thing in existence on other realms, just so you know, based on me astral traveling to the ethers, and I'm sure a lot of you can attest to this, they want the best for all of humanity. They really want to save the earth. They love people like us that are willing to get those spiritual downloads, that are willing to understand timelines and realms and dimensions, okay, and how to control, alt, delete those things. What does that mean? Getting rid of certain thoughts. Your mind is a time machine. Control, alt, deleting the trauma. What if you never got, abused? What if? You can do what you want with your life. You can rewrite it if you want to on all timelines and realms. Okay, listen, go back into that moment, recreate it, change the way you feel about it, and come on back to the current because you're still here. Remember, you decided to live, so you can't be back in 2006 or 2010 or 1988. You're going to have to be present in 2024. Least you rob yourself of the current moment, and you're not allowing that anymore, and that's why you're here. Nevertheless, it says practice gratitude. Spend time throughout the day thinking or writing down things you are thankful for, such as morning sun, warm oats and fruit, the flowers smiling back at you on your morning walk, a job to support your lifestyle, or whatever it may be. Notice these things. Notice these little things, and practice gratitude is the first step in programming your mind to focus on the positive while releasing the negative. Eventually, there will be fewer and fewer of these negative thoughts and less stress. Let's just eliminate stress altogether. Let's imagine that together. What does that feel like? What does that feel like? Engulfing all of my senses, my eyesight, my ears, my speech, my senses, my taste buds are very, very grateful. Instead of, it says, I don't think I can handle this, right? This is how you reprogram what it is that you feel mentally, spiritually. It says, instead of, I don't think I can handle another day in traffic, you might instead think this commute provides me the time to listen to my favorite podcast. This bright new outlook can bring positive changes throughout many aspects of your life. Yeah, I really think that this is a good idea to do this obsessively, compulsively, and deliberately. And y'all know in the beginning of this video, I was going to mention something and I got off on a tangent. Let me pull myself right on back. I was going to say, I encourage you for the next 40 days, 40 nights, to just obsessively, compulsively, deliberately only fill yourself with positive things, positive thoughts, positive sayings, speaking positive. If you happen to say something that maybe you are, you do habitually, right? Lovingly correct yourself and find that patience immediately to just guide yourself right on back to something positive. That means only watching positive videos, even if you have to take a break from tarot. Ooh, right? Because some of that stuff is triggering. You got to be ready to hear the truth. When I do those downloads, I'm like, Lord, whose story is this? So you really have to be grounded. You have to be honest in your energy. You have to be strong, as they say in Spanish, fuerte. Strong-minded. Yeah, you got to be strong, grounded in order to hear the truth, right? So maybe take a break for 40 days, 40 nights. Write yourself a love letter every day. Purge it out, cry it out, scream it out, box it out, change some type of habit, okay? Instead of walking, maybe go to the gym. Instead of going to the gym, maybe go walking. Maybe say hi to everybody you see. I dare you to smile at everybody. No matter what, it's going to feel good for you. Even if they don't smile back, it's okay. Just offer them energetically a beautiful power of touch and touch them with your light and love and your energy and go about your day. And at the end of the day, when you lay down, go over your beautiful moments in that day, knowing that they can't happen again. What a great day I've had. And when the sun comes up and you get to see another day, oh, I'm here again. That means that the Creator has something else for me to do. I'm so glad. Congratulate yourself. These are things that I do, y'all. I always say, congratulations. You won yourself a new day. Yeah, for real. Tomorrow's not promised. Listen, it says to be and just to be. I love it. It's something very poetic about that. It reminds me of the Romeo and Juliet, to be or not to be. That is the question. But to be and just be. Be grateful. Be happy. Be love, right? Be it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Be happy. I am happy. Looking in the mirror is so powerful. So for the next 40 days, 40 nights, find a mirror. I don't care if it's a reflection on a spoon, in a glass, wherever you can see your own face and look into your own eyes and say, I am grateful. I am being grateful actively. I'm being grateful. I see that. I'm manifesting that in my now and my future self. And then you know what you should do right now? Just take your hand and throw your future self some love and light. She's going to need it. He's going to need it. They're going to thank you. They're in the future happy, happy, happy that in this current moment, you have planted seeds that are growing in a way that are absolutely fantastic. Okay, listen. Be grateful for being, it says. Just being alive and well is sometimes overlooked. It really is. It's a huge deal. Okay? It keeps you healthy. Being grateful keeps me healthy. Being grateful gives me optimum health. Being grateful helps me to deal with all those things that I've had to go through to get to this point. And I'm grateful for everything that I've experienced. That's a powerful statement. From beginning to current, meaning from the womb to current, Or let's just even go as far back as saying from the moment the sperm hit the ovum and the spirits and the world was aligning to bring you into the world, I am grateful. As my mother was pointing her toes to the stars. Here I am. Nevertheless, listen, I have every right to be here. It says, give yourself this grace. Okay? You are here and you matter. I want to live. I am here and I matter. Somebody's going to write that down. Somebody's going to just put it in their mental vortex. Somebody's going to be it. I'm here. Actively being the living words, right, that we speak unto ourselves. It says gratefulness helps us maintain a positive state of mind. Maintain a positive state of mind. I'm maintaining a positive state of mind obsessively, compulsively, deliberately. What does that mean? I am deliberately making an appointment with myself to be grateful. Hey, did you schedule some time for yourself today? Huh? I love it. Make an appointment with yourself. Have a conversation. Audit yourself. Check your mind state. Okay, where are we at today? What is it that we're doing by way of living? What have we learned up until this point, this moment, right? Okay, if I made a mistake yesterday, that's okay. I get another chance to forgive myself and be patient with myself. You know what's so funny, y'all? The way I just hit these like they tarot cards, the angel messages, namaste, stress. Come on, Holy Spirit. What you want us to know? Yeah, listen. So, yeah, making an appointment with yourself, okay? Being grateful. Make an appointment with yourself to deliberately, obsessively, compulsively just be grateful. Even if that's top of the morning, end of the night. I make several appointments with myself throughout the day, okay? All the time, on purpose. And I'm getting better at it, okay? I am. My goal is to really become addicted to making these really vital, essential appointments with myself, to check in on myself, to check my pulse, to ask myself, how am I doing? How are you doing? How are you feeling? And I'm waiting for that, higher self response. We are well. All is well. We are in optimum health. We're grateful. We're healthy. We're happy. We're, because health is wealth. Happiness, joy is something that we need in order to live well, right? Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Like really accepting that forgiveness, being grateful that you're able to forgive, gratitude in everything, being grateful that I'm able to be happy consciously, deliberately, being grateful that I'm able to put myself in positions to do things that make me happy. Ooh, like being here with you all today. It says, make friends with the voice in your head. Here we go. Making an appointment with yourself. I cannot make it up. Did the card just not come out? Okay. Confirmation. Take a moment to make friends with the voice in your head. The best friends listen more than they speak. Okay. For me, that represents intuition. That represents higher self. That represents your spirit, guys. This represents your downloads. It says, so take a while to listen to what the voice in your head is telling you. Are they nice things? Are they negative things? Don't judge it. Just listen. You don't have to, you can't mess this up, okay? Just listen. Do this for 8 minutes. While doing this, exercise. Begin to accept the good words and put away the bad ones. I have this exercise, y'all, where anything that was negative or something that I allowed to attach to me, let's just say somebody comes along, they're like, you're this, and this. That's their perception of you, right? Based on their experience with you, if they're negative words, okay? So sometimes those dark words, whatever somebody spoke on to us, they stick to us, right? And so we can choose to sift through those words and or believe what it is that we believe somebody believes about us. Now, I'm a firm believer that when you don't know who you are, you will believe anything. So it's either I'm thinking for myself or somebody else is, right? So when those negative words come up, what I do though, like in my past where I've just had people that, could have attacked me, maybe because they weren't happy, maybe because they didn't like themselves, right? I simply take those words and I see them being set ablaze, afire in my mind, right? I see hate on fire in my mind's eye. And so therefore, my body just is not receptive to the negativity. Ooh, I need to do that a little bit more often. You know, sometimes you got things that you used to do that were really good for you. And sometimes you get a little derailed or something happens in life or an experience. And you're like, what was I doing before I got into that karmic relationship? Oh, I was going to the gym every day. And so you lovingly guide yourself right on back to the tracks. Okay, it's your life. You have absolutely every right to live your life the way you want. This is my life. I'm going to live it the way I want. I'm the one that has to live it. I'm the one that has to take that last breath, right? With the hopes that I'm satisfied. Ooh, my future self is laughing at us. Listen, all versions of myself. It says, make friends with the voice in your head so that when it speaks, it will shower you with encouragement, thoughts, and positive emotions. Listen. This says, relax your face, relax your face, relax all that around your jaw. Don't clench your teeth. Don't let your teeth touch each other. Don't let your tongue touch your teeth if you can help it. I'm trying to do that right now, but I don't know how I can enunciate my words. Oh, it's working. Okay, that kind of feels good. Relax my tongue. Okay. Oh, okay. Just on a real spiritual commercial break, you know? Listen, I was born to talk, y'all. I was talking at 8 months. Born to talk, sing, dance. Okay. I was born to talk and I do a lot of it. So exercises like this, you know, where I have to relax my face, it absolutely makes me feel good when I speak. Because the things that you think are not a gift are absolutely a gift. To be able to communicate. The Most High says, okay, I need a communicator. Let me send her into the world. There she is. Look at her effectively communicating with compassion too. That's a gift, isn't it? So when I get exercises like this by way of reminders, the angels are saying, relax your face. Have you ever heard when somebody was smiling over the phone, you could hear them smiling? Okay. All right. So it says, gently relax your eyes. In doing so, feel how the rest of your face wants to follow in turn. Let your forehead drop and your jaw and your ears float on your head. Let your jaws and your ears float. That feels good. On your head. Now let your tongue sleep in your mouth. Stress can tighten your face. Ooh, we don't like it. Obsessively, compulsively, we rebuke it. Okay. It can cause your face to be tight and your head to feel tired. So learn to relax your face. It can help you feel less stressed. Ooh, come through, Spirit. Finally, it says, remember the good things you are good at. What are you good at? I'm good at speaking. I'm good at smiling at other people. I'm good at taking good care of myself. I'm good at being a good example of what it looks like to overcome trials. These are gifts. It says, what are you good at? Make a list of all the things that you're good at. If you need help, just ask somebody close to you. Hey, what do you think I'm good at? What do you think my best characteristics are? Ask people, what do you think my talents are? And see what they say, right? This is only if you don't know yourself, okay? Ask people that you trust or people that, you know, compliment you and you compliment back. But usually I say, if you don't know what you're good at, sit with yourself a little bit longer. This is giving me understanding type of, even though the person who wrote this card means well, I just feel like, yeah, people can tell us what we're good at, you know, okay, or what they think we're good at. It's always going to be their perception of how their experience is with us, right? And hopefully we're around really good people, right? Let's speak that into existence. Everybody around me is very loving and caring to myself, and I'm very loving and caring to them. And it's a beautiful game of equal honesty and give and take. We're never offended by way of hearing the truth. We give each other ample space and opportunity to speak our piece to one another. And when we need to separate, we do it with peace, love, and light, right? Because this is about bonding and triumphs, not trauma. Okay. It says being grateful helps our body react in a positive way. So let's just put I in there. Being grateful helps my body react in a very positive way. All of a sudden, I can feel an overwhelming sense of abundance when I remember to just be grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm really good at being grateful, y'all. This is something to write down and believe obsessively, compulsively, and deliberately. This will help vanquish any feelings of stress. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. I don't know if y'all are here for it, but I'm here for it. Okay. What was it that I wanted to do? I wanted to do something else, but you know what? I don't see those cards here. Oh, I got to show y'all my drink. Okay. Because I had done like 3 videos and I'm telling y'all about this blood purifier, this nervous system purifier, and something else. Hold on. Let me show y'all what I got. So listen, the brother who sells this is absolutely amazing, okay? This is for people that, you know, unfortunately, if you were under spell work or somebody was doing something to you, whatever it is, one, you need to change your energy. That's the first step. People are like, well, how do I overcome trauma, all of that? A lot of that absolutely does represent spell work, words that were spoken over you as a child, energy and traumas that are trapped in the solar plex and the root chakra, right? Violations, all those things. Listen, so how do you undo that? One, you agree that you want to obsessively, compulsively live, okay? Well, you want to be in optimum health, mentally, physically, spiritually, the whole 9, right? And then you take natural things and you put them into your body. Now listen, you got to be a straight up spiritual G to do this. You got to commit to this. You can't include any sugar. I'm talking to myself. Listen, self, you cannot include any sugar. You got to eat a salad. You got to eat well. You got to be, you know, in a high vibration. But this right here is not for the weak. When I tell you this right here is bringing me back to life, if there was anything in my physical body that was ailing me by way of a dis-ease, God forbid, it ain't there no more. I've been on this for probably like, 3 days. But I'm going to do it for 90 days because it's very powerful. Okay. This one is, what is this? And let me give you the guy's name. His name is YakiAwakened.com. www.YahKiAwakened, AWAKENED.com. Yaki Awakened. He does have an Instagram. When I tell you it's a whole story behind this guy, I could do a whole video. All I can tell you is that he's a savior. He saved himself and now he's teaching other people how to be a savior for their own lives. But this is the bitters, okay? So I got the 3 bitters. This one cleanses the blood and the organs. Listen, you better be ready for this. I let my teas steep, which means I put them in a glass and I use spring water and I let them steep. What does that mean? Room temperature, I cover it and I let them herbs get into that water. By the time I drink it, my water is like blood red, blood green. Is there such thing as blood green or green? It looks like the herbs, okay? So, and it's in its purest natural state. These are some really good herbs. The second one that I'm doing cleanses the nervous system and the colon. Whoo! This other one cleanses the lymphatic and the lymphatic system and the skin. So when I tell y'all, listen, this ain't no joke. Please go. It's going to cost a little bit, but let me tell you something. It's worth it. You will never take a trip to the doctor. You will go back to the basics of what it is that we were doing when our ancestors were saying, pull that plant up, boil that plant, peel that plant, eat that plant. Listen, these are some of the most powerful herbs I probably have ever had in my life. And I know herbs, okay? A lot of water is needed, a lot of spring water. Stock up on spring water, okay? I drink mine's room temperature because when it's cold, it kind of shocks the system. And I don't really like that brain freeze. Now, if it's on a really hot day, then absolutely I will consume a lot of cold water. But this right here is like the best thing ever. And I wanted to share this because I spoke about it on the previous video, and I never did. Okay, so I'm just gonna go a step above and beyond because I love y'all so much and I love myself too. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, so I let this steep for a day. Now, I'm the type of person, I don't need a strainer. I let these herbs get into my body. I'm a triple OG. Okay, some people like it in a tea bag. I think there's ways to get it in a tea bag. I like to drink this with a straw because it gets into my bloodstream faster. Okay, but this is what it looks like. Can y'all see that in there? Okay, I got a little tea bag. This is Ostrofolia, which just kind of cleanses out the colon and all this. So when you're manifesting, trust me, you want your body to be in a high vibration. Okay, if you're asking for money and things like that. But nevertheless, this is what it looks like. Look, and when I say I let it steep, it gets all of the herbs out of it, okay? In a real way. So, good for brain function. Like I feel, can I be honest with y'all? I feel so young, so well. I just can't explain it. I can, but it would be another video. Nevertheless, this is Healing Life with Positivity 24/7, 365. I love y'all. I love you so much. We always end these videos out with wrapping our arms around ourselves. I'm hugging myself so tight. I love you. I love you. I love you. Find a mirror and tell yourself you love yourself and believe it. And even if you don't believe it till its full capacity yet, just keep telling yourself. Listen. Just keep telling yourself. And I promise you, it's going to click. It'll click. I love you. I do. If you'd like to donate to the channel, go ahead and do it. If you want to just send me love and light, you can do that too. I really do love y'all, and I'm sending you peace and love on this day. I'll see you soon. Peace be with you.